It's one of downtown Louisville's busiest intersections, Brook and Broadway, yet there was still no arrest for a deadly stabbing that happened there last year. The family of 43-year-old Jamal Crawford is still pleading for tips. Heather Fontaine is walking us through the case in this week's Crime Stoppers.
Who would stab somebody, let alone in broad daylight, let alone in the back?
It's the question Frances Chappell still needs an answer to, more than a year after her older brother's murder.
It's so horrible. That story, it still, hurts my heart.
She says Jamal Crawford was walking near the busy intersection of Brook and Broadway on October 22, 2020, when he was attacked from behind and stabbed.
We still don't know exactly how many times he fell forward and kind of crawled his way into the intersection, and it's sad and it's horrible, and to think that that's how my brother, took his last breaths, crawling, trying to get help, bleeding out.
Police are still investigating the circumstances surrounding this homicide. Frances believes it was just a random act of violence that stole Jamal from their big family.
It hurt very badly, It was like we didn't get to spend enough time together. Especially with a pandemic, we can't. It just hurts.
The 43-year-old was a brother to 6 siblings, as well as a father and an uncle to this little guy. 2-month-old Parker, the nephew he never got to meet.
He's got his namesake, Parker Jamal. He could kind of just have a little piece of his spirit with him.
A spirit they're set on spreading to strangers, too. This week, Jamal's family handed out food and other supplies to homeless folks living at the same intersection where he was murdered, turning this corner of killing into one of kindness.
It does feel like a good day, honestly. Of course, it hurts because he's not there with us physically, but I feel like the memories that he gave us, that fuels us to be able to do it. So he is there. And hopefully we'll be able to help somebody who really needs it.
Frances hopes the community will do the same for her family, who are in need of answers, and come forward with information.
Not only to my family, but I think to a community that's struggling with so much violence and negativity, and there are hardly arrests when things like this happen because they have a lack of information. My brother was a very, a beautiful person, and if it touches your heart to have good humanity within you, if it was your family, if it was your neighbor, your friend, would you say something? Any little thing will help.
There's no denying how busy this intersection at Brook and Broadway is. But all of this traffic didn't stop someone from stabbing Jamal Crawford in the back. If you saw something, anything, on October 22nd, 2020, call Crime Stoppers. Remember, it's anonymous, and it could crack this case. In Louisville, Heather Fontaine, WHAS 11 on your side.
Here's how you can help with your information. Call 502-582-CLUE, 582-CLUE. If your tip leads to a conviction, you can receive up to $1,000.